Domark's Total Mayhem is an aptly named action-adventure game developed by Cinematic Studios. Action-adventure is the same category we stick such titles as Crusader No Remorse or Fade to Black in. In fact, in many ways, Total Mayhem reminds us of Crusader, with a bit of Syndicate mixed in. The storyline goes something like this. On a distant planet, mankind has been enslaved by a race of robots. A small underground resistance group has formed, calling themselves the Mayhem Soldiers. These men don battle armor to become cyborg-like creatures, determined to win mankind's freedom. Okay, so maybe it's not an original plot, but it's good enough to get us started. Now's the time for our standard preview warning. The graphics we're showing you are still early, and we couldn't get much in the way of gameplay shots. So what do we have here as far as how the game plays? Well, you control your freedom fighters in a 3D isometric environment. You can control these bad boys in two basic ways. You can take a hands-on approach, controlling each fighter individually or grouping together squads, then issuing specific orders. In this mode, you use the mouse to point and click your soldiers around the map. Holding the right mouse button down yields a targeting cursor, after which clicking the left mouse button fires your weapons. Alternatively, you can give some or all of your fighters basic combat orders, such as sentry, defensive fire, berserker mode, or standard fire. Any units with these orders will act on their own initiative, chasing down and killing enemies or hiding in the shadows depending on their orders. These two forms of control can be mixed and matched. For instance, if a soldier has attack order and is in a firefight and you order him to move, he'll keep shooting at the enemy while he follows your orders. The Total Mayhem world has some basic puzzle elements to it in the form of keys to find and switches to throw. In addition, you'll pick up battery packs to recharge your suit, medkits to recharge your body, weapons, and generic tech equipment. Between missions, this tech equipment can be sold for cash, and the cash can be used to buy new weapons. Speaking of between missions, your base is laid out in a very Wing Commander-ish style. Various doors lead to the barracks for loading and saving games, the armory where you'll use your cash to buy weapons, and the repair bay where you can get your cyborg suit fixed up or upgraded. Of course, the most important door leads to the briefing room where you'll learn about your next mission, and from there enter the mission itself. In addition to following the storyline, Domark and Cinematics have included the option of multiplayer mayhem via network modem and serial cable links. There's also a level editor for those of you who spent many an evening hour creating Doom WADs. When you make some new Total Mayhem levels, send them off to us at IE. We're way too lazy to create them ourselves. Total Mayhem takes place both in and out of doors. When you enter a building, the roof is cut away so that you can watch what's going on. Many buildings also have multiple floors with elevated pathways between them. At times, it almost feels like you're wandering around in a 3D maze. Enemy gun placements pop up from nowhere to take potshots at you, and enemy snipers often hide on rooftops. The beta that we got our hands on is still pretty rough, but we're stoked about this one. It gives that same satisfaction that Crusader No Remorse did, as you basically lay waste to anything and everything around you. The world feels very 3D, and the storyline offers some incentive. We're watching this game closely, so check back with IE for the critical rundown when the final's released.